Kamina the Koach here. So, if I look a little deflated, it's because this video is right off the bat. It's about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I don't even know if I've done this video before, but this video, more than anything else, is kind of for me. And hopefully, that's the whole point of this channel, that hopefully people benefit from knowing that they're not alone going through the stuff that they're going through. Like, just because I study a lot and because I try to elevate myself does by no means I'm perfect, and doesn't mean I still struggle. So I'm uncomfortable. I've done a video about making the choice to start preparing to try. Now, it's not saying I'm going to, but I'm going to try to transition back to the United States. And I'm uncomfortable. And one of my big mantras since I turned 40 was getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. But I'm no kidding, like, it is my personality to love routine and love a schedule. And then I break it up with like some adventure every now and then. But I'm really comfortable in predictable situations. So I haven't lived in the United States in like a decade. I'm scared. I'm scared. There are a lot of jobs in my field, but I haven't applied for a job in the United States in so long, and I haven't actually worked in a professional capacity other than the military ever in the United States. So this is going to be interesting. So why should you get all that out of the way? Why? And it was really interesting because I'd been thinking about doing this video, and then what popped up in my YouTube feed was a video, a TED Talk, where a guy was talking about how your complacency is killing you. And so if you're not growing, you're dying. I have said that before in videos. If you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. There's no such thing as staying still. So if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards, and growth equals hurt. So any woman who's ever been pregnant knows as her belly grows, like it's itchy, uncomfortable. If you've ever had a cut, it itches as it's healing. Any major surgery, I had major surgery 2 years ago. It was horrible while it was healing. It was its worst. It was at its most painful while it's healing. Boys, as their voice changes when they're teenagers, really go through they go through some things, and they don't call it growing pains for nothing. People actually experience some degree of pain while they're growing through that growing phase. Pain, discomfort, dis-ease is not a bad thing, and it's something that you have to begin to embrace. So I'm doing this video to remind myself to embrace how uncomfortable I am and not to run from it. So if you're uncomfortable, that means that you're growing. So what do you do if you're in a situation where you're too comfortable? So sometimes you can be thrust into discomfort, losing a job, losing a loved one, losing a relationship, losing a home. And if you've gone through any of these major things, you probably want to slap me right now. Here's the thing: if you've been watching my videos, in August, I was basically homeless for about 3 months and burned through my entire life savings. And during that entire time, I was asking myself, what am I supposed to be learning from this? What can I take from this? It was only towards the end that I was just like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. So it's taken many years of losing and kind of having the world slap me in the face to get to a point where I can say thank you for the discomfort and recognize that it's taking me someplace better than where I am right now. So life could thrust you into it. You could shake things up and make a choice to do something different. I know a lot of people who work in jobs that are not satisfactory to them. And they're like, I don't really have any other options. And we kind of all know that that's not true. There are other options, but you're comfortable with being comfortable. So you just take being miserable in your job because it, pays the bills. There are plenty of people who have ditched it all and they're traveling the planet, and I'm not encouraging you to do that. I'm just saying, if you are not in a place of discomfort, if you are feeling super comfortable, then it's likely that you might need to shake things up and make things a little uncomfortable for yourself. I recognize for me, when I start to feel a little uneasy with my life, it means that I've gotten a little bit too complacent. When I start looking around like, what's next, means I've sat stagnant too long. So this was great. It was. My time overseas has been fabulous, but it's definitely time for me to put on my big girl britches and do something a little bit different. I hope that it will lead me back to the United States, but it might not. Whatever happens, I'm definitely uncomfortable in the process. I know that discomfort leads to growth. So if you're in a place, so let me tone down because I know that there are people who watch these videos who are going through things. I understand, guys. Homeless at 14. Found out my parents weren't my parents one time at 13 and then another time at 32. Abusive marriage. I've lost 2 or 3 homes full of stuff. Homeless overseas, basically, bouncing around, stuck in war zones more than once. You're not alone. I know that you're an individual, but please return back to the ocean analogy. We're all beautiful waves on the same ocean. You're not alone. This is going to help you get somewhere. It's going to help you get somewhere fabulous. And I would like to return to being uncomfortable. And the fact that my brothers and sisters stuck in the United States right now are feeling very uncomfortable. And that this is a very uncomfortable situation right now. This time in history is unlike no other. Not to say it's worse, it's just different. It's like no other, and it is understandably uncomfortable. I challenge you to embrace how uncomfortable it is, because something bigger and better is going to come of it. Trust me on this, because if you're not growing, if you're not hurting, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. And if you are comfortable, you're actually dying. You're going backwards. There's no such thing as sitting still. So if you're hurting right now, I send you all of my heart. I send you this encouragement to know that something better is coming your way. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it means that you're growing. It means that you're destined for something better, that something better is just over the horizon. Also remember that this too shall pass. Nothing is forever, the good or the bad. This too shall pass. Get comfortable with this discomfort. And when you get comfortable again after this discomfort is over, take that leap to make yourself uncomfortable again. Don't let yourself be comfortable for too long, because that means you're dying. Sending you love, light, peace, and joy. Kamina the Koach. Until next time.